Hi everybody, welcome to Techisdream Academy. In this video, we are going to be talking about CSS transformation, spacing, and shadow. Let's proceed. So in this one, we have CSS transformation. That is, the CSS text transform property is used to control the capitalization of text in an element. It can be used to transform a text into uppercase or lowercase letters, or capitalize the first letter of each word without changing the original content in HTML. So we have text transformation values. We have none, that is no transformation. The text renders as it is. We have capitalize, that is transforms the first character of each word to uppercase. Then we have uppercase, transforms all characters to uppercase. The last one we have lowercase, that it transforms all characters to lowercase. Let's proceed. So we have text transformation example, demonstration of the text transformation property. So if we have like an example and we create a text, then we say text transform, we want it in uppercase, text transform, lowercase, and the rest. So let's come here, let's create an example. We'll come here, we'll say P text transform uppercase. We'll also do the same thing, text transform lowercase. There are three. Lowercase, and we have the last one, text transform capitalize, and we can say text transform none. So let's come here. We'll create a class for them. Can say class uppercase, lowercase, capitalize, and none. Then I come here, I say class uppercase, transform to uppercase. You give it color, should be white. Then background should be black. Same for everything. Then this one will be lowercase, capitalize, then capitalize. Then the next one will be none. That is, we don't want any text transformation for it. So now let's see what we got, what we just did, and let's see how it goes. So as you can see, the text transformation that we transform to uppercase, this is what we got. Then transform to lowercase, this is what we got. Capitalize, what it did is that it changed each and every of this text to capitalize. It changed the first text to capitalize. And let's check the text transform, that is none. You just use the usual method, that is every text, it made it to be in capital letter. So let's proceed. So that is that for text transformation. Then we have CSS text spacing. CSS have several properties to control the text spacing. In this chapter, you will learn about the following properties: the text index, letter spacing, line spacing, word spacing, and white space. Let's proceed. So we have the first one, which is the CSS text indentation. This CSS text indent property is used to specify the indentation of the first line in a text block. We have a tip, which is negative values are allowed. The first line will be indented to the left if the value is negative. So we have indent the first line of the text in a text block. Let's do text indent 50 pixel for the first one. Text indent 50 pixel. Let's see how it works. Can you see what it just did? Text indent, shifted it and moved it by 50 pixel. If I should do 70 pixel, it will move it more. Can you see? It's moved it more. So that is what they said. It is used to specify the intent of the first line in a text block. Where you want your first line to start from, just use text indent. Maybe you have like a letter that you want to write and you want to make use of text indent, or a blog or anything. You can make use of text indent to arrange it well for you. So let's move to the next one. The next one, which is CSS letter spacing and line height. So we have CSS letter spacing. The CSS letter spacing property is used to specify the space between the characters in a text. As well, negative values are allowed. Letter spacing, 5 pixels. Let's give one of them. Let's give letter spacing 5 pixels, and we'll give this to letter spacing, letter spacing, but we'll say minus 2 pixels. I want you to see the difference between this letter spacing. Can you see how this works? The letter spacing that we gave it 5 pixels, see what we got. But the negative value of the letter spacing that we gave it, it pushed the letters into each other. So that's how letter spacing works. I hope you understand. So let's move to the next one. We have the CSS line height properties used to specify the space between the lines. So let's give line height as well. Let's remove this one. So let's work with the line height. We'll say line height. Let's just give it 0.8, and this one will give it 0. Okay. We can say minus 0.3 minus 0.3. And let's see what it will give us. 0.3. Our line height is not much. Let's add more. 0.9. Can you see there's a changes in this line height? Okay, let's say 2 points, because it's like we're not seeing the result very well. 2.5. Can you see how the line height works? Can you see the changes that it just did? So that's how line height works as well. Let's move to the next one. We have CSS word spacing and white spacing. So the CSS word spacing property is used to specify the space between the word in a text. Negative values are allowed. Word spacing 10 pixels. Let's do word spacing. Let's remove this line height. Word spacing 10 px. That is the lowercase that we are giving. Can you see there's a space between these words? There's a space between them. As you can see, there's a space between these words. If I should increase this to 30 pixels, you will see the effect more. Can you see? So that's how word spacing works. Then we have the CSS white space property that is specified how white space inside an element is handled. This property can have one of the following value, either normal, no wrap, pre-line, pre-wrap, and how to disable text wrapping inside an element. You say white space, no wrap. I hope you understand. Let's move to the next one. Then we have text shadow. The text shadow property adds shadow to text. In its simplest use, you only specify the horizontal and the vertical shadow. In addition, you add a specific shadow color and blur effect. Let's give our text shadow. So we don't need all of this again. Let's just use the uppercase letter. So we said we want to use text shadow. Text shadow. Let's give it 2px red. As you can you see the shadow that we have in our work? This is just shadow, and this just made our work more beautiful. That's the shadow effect with the color, and you can also make it blur as well, and the blur effect. That's how it works. Let's move to the next one. Then we have more text shadow examples. This text shadow property also accepts multiple shadow for an element. Define each shadow in a comma separated list. We have white shadow. You give it color white and you give it a shadow itself. Red neoglone, you give it its color itself. Black, or you want blue, red, anyhow you want it, you just specify it like that. I hope you understand. Thank you for watching this video. Please do follow us across all socials at Techizone Academy. See you next time. Bye.